Hi there. So today we'll be talking about React and the seven misconceptions or like myths about React. See, React has been like it's extremely popular right now in the front end development, and but still there are like misconceptions and like myths. Like people use many of these terms like accidentally. They call themselves experienced developer, but still they mess up some things. Like they say like React is a framework, anything like that. I seen some CVs also like they write in React as languages. You'll see many things like people still doing it. So I'm here to like clear out the seven most popular misconceptions that people have about React. So let's start with our first one. Our first one is like React is a framework. Like many people still to this day are calling React as a framework. React is totally different from like frameworks like full-fledged frameworks like Angular or Ember. See, React is totally based on JavaScript. We call React as a library and it is built on top of JavaScript. So it should not be confused with any framework or anything like that. And since like talking about framework, see, learning curve of framework is very like steep, and for React, since it is based on JavaScript, if you know JavaScript properly, then you can easily like learn some basic concepts about React. So the learning curve is also different from a framework to a library. So React is a library, don't make consider it as a framework. Okay. See, the second thing is JSX is required to use React. See, many people are still in the like mindset like you need to learn and understand JSX. See, JSX is a way React has defined to make React.createElement easy, because if you write React.createElement, that is very difficult. If you want to nest it, then it is totally difficult. Like you'll need a like lot of time to understanding that and creating nested structures. So if you want to use your React app without JSX, it is totally fine. You can do that. You can nest React.createElements and do all of your like displaying HTML or JavaScript things. You can do that. But it is not like mandatory to use JSX. You can use React.createElement instead of that. So this myth about that JSX is required to use React is totally false. The third myth about React is like many people assume like or think that React is faster than the DOM. See, that is not the case. See, internally what React uses is the concept of virtual DOM. What it does, it takes the screenshot or like in memory picture of the updated DOM and the like current DOM what it is having, and it compares and checks whether the DOM needs to be updated or not. And if like changes are there, then it does not immediately render or like change the DOM. It does state batching or like state rendering like batching. It can takes two or three like requests and then updates the DOM. But if you look on the other side, like if you do carefully the DOM updation, then you can like overcome this. Like you can say that React isn't faster than the real DOM. If you do a very careful like updation of DOM, then you can perform the same performance from React also. Yeah, and similar, if you use vanilla JavaScript to update the DOM, the same effect can be seen in terms of performance. The fourth one is that ES6 is required to write React. See, this is one of the biggest like misconceptions I have seen. Like people say that they need to learn or understand ES6 to write code in React. No, that's not the thing. You can totally write ES5 code. Like you need to like you can use function instead of arrow functions. Then you can use constructor. Then you have to bind. All those things are totally like allowed in React. It's just like ES6 makes your like near syntax and features are like easier to understand and write. That's why many of the people are using, but it's not like that ES5 you cannot write or ES6 is mandatory. So that is one another misconception or myth about React. See, the next one is number five. React applications are complicated to set up. See, that was the case earlier. See, earlier it used to be like you have to do a lot of things for building your app. That there was a lot of complicated steps involving like for setting up your build tools like Webpack, Browserify, Gulp, Babel, and that was a very tedious process. So since the Create React app was introduced by the React team, that is no longer the case. You can just simply do the npm I create React app, and after that you can create React app, and you don't need to worry about any of those things. Just you can start working and creating your React component. So it uses under the hood, all the things have been done like that only, but you don't need to worry about them. It is done for you already. So that is one. This was a earlier thing, but now it is no more. The sixth point is that you need to use Redux or learn Redux with React. See, that's not the thing. See, I know that state management in React can sometimes be very difficult, but that's not the answer. Like, yeah, you can go for Redux. There's no issue. Like, but you can also do the same things with state also. That management thing will become very complicated, but that is not the case. Like, you have to use Redux. Like, that is a mandatory thing or something like that. So our final one is like you must use inline styles with React. See, this is another myth or misconception. Like you can totally use CSS files also to like specify which component you are using. You can use CSS modules. That is one thing. And there are some HOCs also you can build on top of your component, and you can wrap with that, or you can pass it. So you can assign styles to that. So there are a lot of options. It's not fixed to that you have to use inline styles only. So these were the seven myths or misconceptions about React. So I hope that now these things are much more clearer to you. And if you come across any like misconceptions or myths, just please comment it down. I hope I was able to clear all your misconceptions regarding React. And if you did like the video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you for watching it.